Hello BookTube, my name is Elizabeth, and welcome to my January week 4 wrap-up. So I read 7 things this week, and I am excited about that, so let's get started. So the first thing that I read this week was Ruby Red by Kirsten Gier. I read this with the Once Upon a Read-Along that I am hosting with Chloe from the Brunette Bibliophile and Danny the Insatiable Bookie. All of the links will be down below if you are interested in joining us with that. Next month we are reading Fairest by Marissa Meyer, so please come and participate with us if you would like to. Again, all the links are going to be in the doobly-doo. So I read this and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was freaking amazing. That epilogue, though, is what gave it that extra, oomph to give it a 5 out of 5 star rating. It was so good. I am going to be doing a review on this book after the live show on February 7th, so stay tuned for that sometime in early February. I want to do a video review for it, but we're going to be doing the live show, so I'm just going to be doing a blog review post. If you want to see all of my thoughts on it written down, go and check out my blog, follow me on Blog11 so you never miss a post. The next thing that I read this week was George Orwell's Animal Farm, and I also read the Spark Notes book that goes along with this, and I'm really glad that I did that. The reason why I read the Spark Notes along with Animal Farm was because in high school, in an English class, and we had to think critically about classic books like that, I just did not catch on as fast as other people. Like, when people pointed out to me symbolism and things like that, they would point it out to me, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, but I couldn't catch it on my own. So I really wanted to be able to appreciate the novel fully, so I read the Spark Notes, everything, and then they have it like chapter by chapter. They go over it, and then they go over the analysis for each chapter. So I basically read a chapter of Animal Farm, then read a chapter of the analysis of the book on Spark Notes, and I was really glad that I did that. I was really glad that I had the physical book as well, which I got from the library, because the one online I just didn't like, and it's not very convenient. If I have it with me while I'm reading in bed, then I can just pull it out. And anyway, I really, really enjoyed it. I gave the book a 5 out of 5 stars. I did not think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did. It was just fan-freaking-tastic, amazing. I'm not going to do a video review of it here because I am going to be doing a blog post review of it on my blog. So if you want to see my full thoughts on that, go and check out my blog. Link will be in the doobly-doo. The next book that I read this week was Talon by Julie Kagawa. This is my first Julie Kagawa book, so I was super excited about that because everyone just loves her, and this book definitely lived up to the hype of Julie Kagawa books. It was really, really good. The beginning was kind of slow, and I just needed it took me a little while to really get pulled into the story, but by the end of the book, I just loved it so much, and the epilogue just was amazing. It was so good. The ending of that book could have not been more perfect. I cannot wait for Rogue to come out in March, which is the second book in this series, of course. It was just fan-freaking-tastic, amazing. I am so excited to read everything that Julie Kagawa has come out with now. I loved that book so much. Again, I'm going to be doing a full review on my blog this week, so stay tuned for that. The next book that I read this week was Beware the Wild by Natalie C. Parker. This follows a girl named Sterling, and Sterling's brother goes into the swamp in Mississippi near her house and doesn't come out. And then a girl comes and replaces her brother, and everybody in the town except for Sterling forgets that her brother ever existed, and they think that this new girl is her sister. And she goes into the swamp and tries to save her brother, and it's just freaky. It's a little spooky. It's a little scary. There's lots of talk of nasty swamp water, and I was eating one time while reading this book, and my appetite was lost. There is some really weird, freaky stuff in this book. It's not scary per se. I guess, like, if you were to put yourself in some of the situations that Sterling has herself in, it could be a little freaking scary, but I'm not easily scared by books, really, so I don't know. If you're easily scared by books, this book really might scare you, but it's some freaky, spooky stuff, so I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. The last 2 things that I read this week were Search Freak Volume 6 and Search Freak Volume 7. This follows Darren, who is a vampire, and book number The number 5 graphic novel was my favorite out of all 7 that I've read so far. These were still pretty good. I gave them both 4 out of 5 stars. I just love this series so much. I'm pretty excited to continue on with this graphic novel series. I really, really enjoyed it. My favorite part about this book series, and I don't know, I'm new to graphic novels, so I don't know if they do this with every graphic novel, but he's got like some cute stuff that's not about the book in the back, and I think that's just adorable. I love reading his little, like, yeah, creator comments in the back. I think they're just so cute. And like in the back he's also got like the making of this novel, and I just think I like those a lot. They make me LOL. I really enjoyed this graphic novel series. I highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys graphic novels because I love it so much. Alright guys, so that is my January weekly wrap-up. That's going to be it for January. I read a total of 23 books in January, and I could not be more proud. That's the most books I've ever read. I think before this, last year at some time, like October or something like that, I read like 17 books, I think. Don't quote me. It was sometime around there. But I read 23 books this month, and I definitely attribute that to the biannual bibliothon, and there was another, oh, the Read Your Bookshelf-a-thon. I also did that too, and I just read so many books this month, so I was pretty excited. I guess I read technically 22 because I DNF'd Seeker, but I read like half of it, so you know, hey, whatever. And I'm gonna reread it again this month probably. But anyway, I was pretty proud of myself. What did you guys read this month? I am dying to know. Comment down in the doobly-doo. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.